Hi everyone, welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the benefit of martial arts. So I've come up with a few things from my own opinion and experience that I think are very crucial and very beneficial from practicing martial arts. So without further ado, folks, let's just jump right in. The first thing I believe that is very important about martial arts, and probably the most obvious one, is the ability to defend oneself. So whether we choose to acknowledge it or not, violence is definitely a phenomenon that is prevalent or a part of our reality. And unfortunately, again, by our taking the wrong turn or by no choice of our own, we may be faced with this reality. And thanks to martial arts training, whether it be, I might get bashed with, but a little bit of sports training or street self-defense systems, that increases our chances of survival when faced with a threat on the streets. Fighting, martial arts or learning a combat sport provides us, teaches us risk management, imperative, emotional control through the rigorous training, through the sparring, etc., etc. You're used to that intensity, and obviously fighting skills that help us manage our safety when we're faced with a threat or in jeopardy. That's my first point, ladies and gentlemen, learning how to defend ourselves. Point number 2, self-confidence. Confidence is key to getting anywhere in life. If you don't believe in yourself, then why should anyone else believe in you? And it's in my experience or my humble opinion that if you feel like going to the gym makes you feel confident or strong, which it does for sure, then wait till you find out that you can defend yourself with your own two fists. The difference is profound, frankly. And whilst, again, smashing the weights makes you feel, like, okay, you're strong, etc., etc., learning a martial art, at least in my experience, makes you feel like you've gained a superpower. And it is a different kind of confidence, to be honest. You have a different stride, a different swagger when you know you can handle yourself. It's almost like a problem solver's kind of confidence, right? You can handle any situation. And again, I believe that can't be gained anywhere else except through learning how to fight. So point number 2 would be self-confidence. It definitely improves one's self-esteem and self-confidence. Point number 3, and this is quite important to me. I mean, they're all very important, but this stands out for me. It helped me a lot. Is self-discipline. Now I'm going to expand this a little bit. You can lie to yourself about not going to the gym or not going for those runs. However, again, come competition time or come even sparring, the truth of who you are, the truth of the amount of work that you've put in will be shown. And either we choose the pain of embarrassment or we choose the pain of the success, and we train hard every single day. I know which one I'm choosing. In my humble opinion, if you can withstand the rigors of martial arts training, then you can literally become whatever you want. Between the technical rounds or the technical training, the mental concentration, the physical conditioning, the resilience required, it's a lot. That discipline will definitely spill into other areas of your life, because you can't, there's no half commitments. You can't be lazy. It expels that. You have to commit fully. So it definitely improves one's self-discipline. And like I said, it'll definitely help you. At least in my own experience, it definitely helped me and made me more disciplined in other areas or other arenas of my life. So number 3 would be self-discipline. It's definitely helped my self-discipline. Point number 4, the fourth factor that's martial arts have benefited me is, well, it's actually twofold. I've fused 2 elements or beneficial qualities into one, would be patience and humility. And I'm going to talk about patience first, folks. So I've touched on this actually in the TNN episode 1, so if you haven't watched that, go give it a watch. But I'm just going to expand a little bit here, and I felt it was very relevant to this video. And basically, like the patience factor. So in my humble opinion, anything that's worthwhile in life takes time, right? So, and in martial arts, it seems to even take longer. It seems like an eternity, because you can't expect quick fixes. Martial arts has this kind of way that or combat sports, that if you expect a quick fix, you will not last long. It kind of expels those individuals. And a true testament to your patience, or at least in my experience, would be when you go to a gym and when that head trainer or head coach takes you seriously. That'll be the first test, especially like if you go to an old school boxing gym or like a kickboxing gym where I'm training right now, where we have, you know, a very good, strong amateur pedigree. They're fighting for regional titles or regional titles or continental titles. And you also have, you know, in the pro ranks, I find for world titles. Those gyms, not saying now there are exceptions, of course, but at least in the gym I'm training at right now, they do have a few trainers, but there's definitely a head coach. And that person or that individual, he or she will pretty much run everything from the, you know, and they have to allocate their time. And they'll also do other things like PT, circuit classes, etc., etc. So if you're just a newbie coming in, you might not get all that attention, to be quite frank with you, unless you're a super freak athlete, very rare. Unless you've got extensive prior experience, you just kind of train this gym, they need to tune you up or hone you for a certain, for an upcoming fight, or just, you know, brushing up certain techniques, or to corner you even, maybe you've moved from another gym. Or if you're paying for PTs and you're super rich, right? Those are the only three reasons why they show so much, pay you so much attention. So with that borne in mind, that is a real testament to your patience. You know, when you keep on coming through, where they'll teach you something basic, but you still keep on coming back until you're taken seriously. However, let me offer you this. It's definitely worthwhile the wait and very rewarding. Now I'm going to talk about the humility aspect. And again, folks, this is literally my own opinion and my own experience. So the only way to get better at martial arts or combat sports, if you will be, or self-defense, it will be, you'll have to suffer. You'll suffer in training, you'll suffer in sparring, etc., etc. You'll suffer training for a competition. You may even suffer the embarrassment of a loss, etc., etc. However, in my humble opinion, I believe that humility is definitely the precursor to confidence. I definitely believe that, because that's the difference between a confident person and an arrogant person. A confident person can take constructive criticism, an arrogant person can't. Their egos are too fragile. Therefore, if you commit to this sport or your sport of choice in the combat world arena, then, and you get past these difficulties, you won't just get better at competing and better physically, but you also kind of, you obtain the intangibles. All these elements that I'm giving you are things you can carry on for the rest of your life, because essentially there's going to be a day we can't compete, or we don't want to compete, or, you know, what have you. So these things that you learn, that the benefits you gain from martial arts, essentially make you a better person. And that humility through getting your ass whooped, quite frankly, getting, you know, through those ass whoops, there's nothing more humble, especially as an adult, than getting an ass whooping, quite frankly. And that can only, you know, that's what martial arts will teach you, and it will definitely make you more confident, because you then, once you take those losses, you take those hits, or you suffer, right, you become less self-conscious. You stop worrying about what people think. Hey, I've been hit, I've taken my beating. So that's a very important factor, that humility that's also gained through training martial arts. And lastly, folks, the fifth element here that I want to talk about is friendship. When you go into a gym, you meet people from all walks of life, right? All of us are equal on those mats, and the only thing that separates us is the time you've put. The friendships forged, I mean, the people I've met, to be honest with you, are friends for life, right? Literally brothers and sisters in arms. And it's also where people not just go to better themselves, it's also the dojo or the gym, what have you, is also a place where people can be at service to others. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. Like, share and subscribe, and to stay safe, stay on the mats and stay untamed. Boom.